Instant payments or stablecoin can be something that really like leverages the power of having a omnipresent, bot that's doing this stuff as opposed to a human that takes breaks and goes to bed and stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of that kind of interplay over the next couple of years.
Interesting, exactly. First of all, thank you, Reed. Thank you for taking time during this busy conference for chatting with us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
So one of the key things that really piqued my mind during this conference was agentic AI and agentic commerce and things like that coming at the forefront, and U.S. Faster Payment Council being very plugged into this trend that is there. Just wanted to take your quick thoughts on how do you see this playing out in the next 18 to 24 months.
Yeah, well, I think that far out, literally who knows, right? That's kind of like the short answer. But I think what you're going to see is there is so many ways in which those two technologies, by those two I mean instant payments and honestly stablecoin probably, and agentic AI are going to be sort of feeding on each other in interesting ways. I think a lot of things we hear about, we're going to have agentic bot, optimized websites. I think to a certain extent payments will become the sort of critical point that needs to be enhanced if you're talking about ACH or slower payments. And so instant payments or stablecoin can be something that really leverages the power of having a omnipresent, bot that's doing this stuff as opposed to a human that takes breaks and goes to bed and stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of that kind of interplay over the next couple of years.
Interesting, exactly. How do you see cybersecurity? As a cybersecurity company, it's quite natural for me to ask you this question. How do you see that being instrumental in making this come to light, and the full benefit of agentic AI being played out?
Well, so we have three core pillars that we focus on here, and trust is always going to be one of those. And I think to the extent any new technologies coming along, whether it's agentic AI or stablecoins or instant payments, one of the things you have to make sure that you figured out is the trust aspect of that. And a big piece of that is always going to be, do you have those security pieces in place to protect the infrastructure, to prevent malicious actors from getting in and potentially subverting your bot and making it do things that you didn't really want it to, that it wouldn't do unless it was sort of taken over by a malicious actor. So I think there's a ton that's going to be in that space too, to make sure that as these technologies kind of roll out, as we're especially connecting them into payment systems, that we can trust that what's happening is what people want to happen.
Excellent, and that's an important viewpoint, and we believe cybersecurity for AI is going to be instrumental, and education is going to be, first of all, being aware that cybersecurity is a very important construct in building trust and enhancing trust so that people kind of use agentic AI to its full potential. So thank you, Reed, for your time during this conference. It's extremely, and for putting together such a wonderful conference with extremely relevant topics. Thank you.
Right, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Reed.
Thanks.